for the people that watch the rebroadcast, hopefully we don't have any issues. But for the people that watch the rebroadcast, I'm going to put a timestamp down below. I'm going to start a little intro video. Give me a minute to optimize and for people to join. And we're going to talk about some of the updates with regards to the story. So let's go. Hey, welcome. Welcome. Good. Hey, welcome everybody. About to get started soon here. Fully optimized. Let me close this stuff out. Yo, thank you for coming, guys. Thanks for stopping by. And a couple of things. I think I'm going to make a lower quality version of that because that's actually in 4K. That was a Fort Lauderdale museum, art of something. And I've been having a lot of connection issues. For the people that have been watching, I stayed up late last night. Thank you for the people that joined me on that live stream. There was a bunch of copyright claims this morning when I woke up. Like literally, I took a screenshot. I don't think I've ever seen that many before. Took a screenshot, put it somewhere. I don't know where it's at. Whatever. But so some of the new things that I'm doing for the people that watch me regularly. I called Comcast today and I complained. Of course, they didn't do nothing. I made a bunch of changes and I also signed up with VPN. Because I believe that I'm getting throttled. I think that's what's going on with the internet connection. So right now I'm on a VPN. We'll see how that goes. So far I don't see any issues. And the updates that we're going to talk about is a couple of things. Well, let me say hi to some of you guys. Alexa, Yasmin, the members, thank you so much for coming through. Appreciate you guys. Jen, Evelyn, Thank you for sending me. A couple of people sent me some of the screenshots about the teacher that reached out. Well, not reached out, but posted on Twitter. So thank you, Evelyn. There's some people on Facebook too. I'm forgetting. If I can get there. Thank you for the stars, Linda. Appreciate that. Erica, thank you for sending me the stuff you sent me. Let me get into here, and I gotta make a change now too. Quick. Okay. See you guys. I see you guys. Yeah, I was up pretty late messing around with the internet and the computer and all this kind of stuff after the live stream, so I'm running on fumes today. So let's get to this. I thought we could do it in this order. Let's do this. I want to read this article first from the Daily Mail. There's also a Facebook group. If I don't remember the name. I know I'm in there because I don't usually follow them, but they have some pretty good information that I should probably link. But we're gonna start with this article. Doing something in the background. Okay. Oh, not there. Okay, we're good. So we're gonna start with this article that gives some details about Theresa and the unknown male she was seen with, because as we know, Samuel was found in Jasper. I think it was Jasper it's called, in a motel in a supposed bin, and apparently Theresa had help. She had help. Oh, and the biological mother of Samuel, which her name is Sarah, I believe, she believes that the father should be charged as well. We're going to look at that previous court document from Theresa's previous relationship as well. You know, how she lost custody of her kids. So, hey, Bieber, welcome. So let's get started on the article. And we're going to see Tim Miller, his reaction to some of this situation. And then we're going to watch the press conference by the lawyer, the biological mother's lawyer, and we're going to get into some documents. I'm going to have to read, so bear with me. From Daily Mail, revealed girlfriend of missing boy's dad carried child's body into motel in foul-smelling plastic bin. As court documents show, she lost custody of her own kids in 2019. We spoke about that previously on the previous live stream. By the way, is everything running smooth for you guys? On my end, everything is smooth. So that's a plus so far. Theresa Balboa charged with evidence tampering after discovery believed to be that of Samuel Olson, which they're saying her charges could be upgraded. Court records indicate Balboa was picked up along with a plastic bin from Walmart parking lot. I always call Walmart Ground Zero. From a Walmart parking lot and taken to a motel in Jasper, Texas. Man who drove her to motel later called police, saying the bin had foul odor. So I guess he didn't know. Did she just meet a random person at Walmart? We're gonna get into this. Police arrived at the motel and discovered a small body stuffed into a plastic black and wrapped with duct tape inside the bin. Remains have not been positively identified as Samuel, but investigators, including the biological mother, everybody believes it's him. We just need the final, forensic DNA confirmation. Oh, and we've talked about this previously. I took a little note. Dalton, the biological father, he had a restraining order against Theresa. Okay. But apparently they were still together. And we've talked about that on previous streams as well. She was out on bond stemming from November 2020 domestic violence incident targeting Samuel's father, Dalton Olson. So it says here, I'm going to skip past a little bit of it, but okay, no, actually, maybe I shouldn't. Theresa Balboa, who lost custody of her two young daughters in 2019, according to other newly revealed papers, was caught on camera meeting a male friend outside a Walmart in Cleveland, Texas on Tuesday evening. The store is located around 45 miles northeast of 29-year-old Balboa's home in Houston. A body believed to belong to Samuel, who would have turned 6 on Saturday, was found in Balboa's motel. Shortly afterwards, Balboa was dating Olson's dad, Dalton. Samuels from Houston was last seen alive April 30th and was reported missing on May 27th. Take a look here. So, the Walmart pal, who has not been named, helped Balboa load the black container, which had a yellow plastic lid, onto the back of his truck, then drove her another 88 miles northeast to a Best Western motel in Jasper, Texas. I wonder, did this guy know at all? That's pretty weird. That's a long drive. Once there, the box was carried inside the room 106, with the man so horrified by the smell coming from it that he made an anonymous call to Crime Stoppers tip line to report it. So he was the call that made the report. It is unclear when the call was made, but cops raided the motel on Tuesday and found Balboa close to the box. Thank you for the stars, Erica. Appreciate you. Thank you. That's the mugshot. We looked at that. This is the motel. Let me give you guys a kind of a full screen. Quality's not that great, but can I zoom in? Not really. But this was the school that Samuel went to. Supposedly last seen, confirmed sighting, April 30th. I feel like we're missing. There we go. Gateway Ellington apartment complex. Cops search apartment belongs to Theresa Balboa's friends on May 31st. This is the school. This is the apartment. This is the Walmart where the friend takes her with the black bin to Jasper, Best Western in Jasper, Texas. And that's the biological mother for people that don't know Sarah. Samuel. I mean, this whole thing is crazy. I'm not going to talk too much and vent too much because we got to get through a couple of things. But look at them hugging. And this woman was helping and doing all this kind of stuff, right? Putting on a show. Balboa was charged with assault a family member and pending breathing in November 2020 after she allegedly choked Dalton. Okay. Olson was said to have issued an emergency protective order against Balboa. And let's continue. Let's see. Oop. There we go. Okay. When officers acting on that tip arrived on the scene, they reportedly found the plastic container in the room and Balboa in the bathroom. Okay. And thank you for the super chat, Crystal. I'm not sure why. Did it show up over here? I'll have to fix that when I watch the video. Upon removing the lid, which was secured with zip ties, police were said to have found a small body stuffed inside a black plastic bag and wrapped in duct tape. Theresa Balboa was arrested by cops in Jasper shortly afterwards and has since been charged with evidence tampering. And more charges are probably going to come. And as we spoke about, I think we spoke about this yesterday, she lost custody of her kids, which we're going to go a little bit more into soon. I think it was 2 daughters. And the father was a no-show, but he actually gave an explanation. We're going to look over the documents. So on and so forth. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for this article. And then I want to show you guys Tim Miller's reaction. I think, let's see. Okay, here we go.
Broken beyond repair. That's how Samuel Olson's maternal grandmother describes her feelings today as both sides of the boy's family react to new developments in this case. Jason Miles is.
And I also think we should watch the video with Theresa. It's really short. We'll watch it again too. I'm glad things are running smooth today. I was up all night last night. I said I'm going to figure this crap out. So.
Live from where suspect Theresa Balboa was last known to live, with more on this. Jason.
Yeah, this is that apartment complex you just mentioned near Webster. We're kind of in southeast Houston. I'm told this is where Theresa Balboa kept little Samuel, her current boyfriend's child, with her ex-boyfriend. It's all kind of complicated, but Texas EquiSearch founder Tim Miller says he was always skeptical of Balboa's story. Texas EquiSearch helped look for 6-year-old Samuel Olson, despite founder Tim Miller's gut feelings.
I was not very optimistic this child.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. Thank you, Crystal. Oh my God. Amazing. Amazing.
Going to be found.
He said that became more clear following conversations with the boy's father's girlfriend, Theresa Balboa, who was charged today in connection with the case following last night's discovery of what's believed.
That's a good question, Eunice. Who drove Theresa to Walmart? I don't know. Did she drive by herself, or did somebody take her there?
Believed to be little Samuel's body.
I told her, I said, I'm so damn disappointed in you. I said, you know what, every word you said in there is a lie.
JLP.
And that's when things started unraveling, I think.
Miller said it was difficult from the beginning, pinning down the last time family members saw Samuel.
The last person Sam was seen with was with Theresa Balboa,
including the boy's father and paternal grandmother, with whom we spoke yesterday, and who Miller was with following news that a body was found.
I was with that family until about 12:30 after midnight, and it was devastating being over there last night, seeing Dad going through all the pain and grief and everything he was going through. And
Miller has his own theories about what happened to Samuel and believes the investigation is far from over. There was an ongoing custody dispute between Samuel's mother and father, and his father actually had a restraining order against Theresa Balboa, the woman now charged in connection to the case. Certainly just, as I mentioned, a complicated situation and a very sad and tragic ending for this little young man. Back to you.
Yeah, so many confusing details here, but just a hard.
I need to go pull up the documents myself. People have been sending me the documents, and I appreciate that. I need to go see what I can find myself as well. On this article too from KFDM, which I thought was a little interesting, it said all is known is that the couple apparently checked into the Best Western Inn in the 200 block of West Gibson Street around 3 in the morning on the same day that the body was found, after officers in Houston reportedly received an anonymous tip. And when I say the couple, I'm talking about Theresa and her friend or whatever, mysterious friend. There was something here too. Let me do this. Let me get the court documents from the previous incident. And then we'll talk about the daycare teacher, or the teacher for Samuel, that made some Twitter posts. She was blasting. She was going off, and I understand she was frustrated and she was just going off. We're going to get into that. And then I think we'll get into the press conference. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. It's combobulated. Let me see what the best screen I can get for you guys is. Something like that. How about that? Let's just do that, right? No interruptions. So this is between Theresa and the biological father of her kids. This is outside of Samuel, but this just kind of shows the history that she has. Though in this report, this was from 2012. she's making these claims against the biological father of her 2 kids. And so it says here, before me, undersigned assistant district attorney, yada, 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 has good reason to believe and does believe that in Harris County, the father, I think that was the father stated it, styled the defendant on or about November 28th, 2012, did then and there unlawfully intend to commit a felony, namely assault, remain concealed in a habitation owned by Theresa Balboa, a person having greater right to possession of habitation. And basically, this is a whole domestic violence situation. The police officer here, I guess he was the one that responded to the scene, and refers to her as a credible witness, which, look, in hindsight now, is like credible, reliable. But it says that according to the complainant, she is the girlfriend of the guy whom she knows by the name and site hereinafter known as the defendant. Complainant stated she and the defendant had been involved in a several year-long relationship. On November 28th, 2012, the complainant stated that she got into an argument with the defendant. The complainant stated that, I'm assuming it says because it's cut off, he pulled her hair and choked her on the bed. She stated that he then bit her with his mouth on the forehead. She stated that he left and she ran to lock the door. Complainant stated that the defendant has stayed at the residence but does not have a key to the apartment and does not receive mail there and is not on the lease. She stated that once she locked the door, he came back and kicked through the door, causing the door frame to split and the door handle to come off. The complainant then stated that the defendant started to slap her and pull her hair again before finally leaving when the neighbors started to notice. The complainant stated that this happened in the past and now she is pregnant and she does not want to live like this anymore. And they believe supposedly her statements to be true, which who knows what happened, right? I don't know. And then the other document on this thing, this is from 2019. So this is where Theresa lost custody of her 2 kids. And this just kind of tells the history. That other one, I believe it was 2012. This one is from 2019. And now this is the biological father of her kids, the 2 daughters. And it says, my name is blank. I redacted it because I was like, let me not put this guy's name out there. I would like to start by saying that I love my children dearly. I'm writing this to inform the courts that due to me living in Wilston, ND, I will be unable to report on the court date. I give my sincerest apologies if it is a possibility. I would like to give you also my side of the story and how we came to be here today. I would also like to request if it is possible to be phoned into court, please and thank you. Now, that being said, I would also like to give my story if I may. 2 years ago, I was in a position in life in which I had no idea what I was doing. I was in a toxic relationship with a woman who gave me 2 beautiful girls. I put that woman and my children in a horrible position. I put myself in a position with that woman, Theresa Balboa, in which the only possible outcome was failure. Things had gotten so bad between Theresa and I, and we couldn't get along. It became an onslaught of verbal and physical abuse between the both of us towards each other. I asked my mother to take the children from us because I didn't want to see this at the time my girls were blank and blank. I knew that by giving them to my mother at the time, that by doing so, I was putting my children in the only possible hands in which I knew I could trust. I knew then, as I do now, that by living with my mother, my children will always be safe, cared for, and without any needs. As I said, I love my children, and at the time in my life, I did not know what I was doing. But I have stayed in their lives, and I'm continuing working on myself so that my daughters can have the father that they deserve. I'm asking the courts, as far as I know, I'm asking the courts, as far as I know, my mother is the primary custodial parent of the girls, and I would like it to remain that way. My mom, alongside my stepfather and siblings, have given my girls the world and would like them, with my help, to continue this. With that being said, thank you to the court and thank you to the judge. Whew. Horrible at reading. Sorry. So that's that. And then we're going to get into the daycare person. Supposedly one of the teachers that was with Samuel, like in the school. But before we get into that, to give myself a little break, what I want to do is I want to play the video we played from last night, Theresa. And then I want to play the attorney representing the biological mother. By the way, thank you guys for coming. Appreciate you guys. The stream is working great. I'm glad that I think we fixed the issue. So let's start off with this video from last night. And I think this video really should be in full screen because it's just to see her reactions. Hopefully it plays back smooth. It doesn't lag.
And we're going to continue to search until we find him.
What do you think? Where do you think he could be?
Somewhere with... not with us. And that's the important thing, is that he is not with us and we need to bring him back to us.
So weird. Her wording, I don't know.
Not with us. And that's the important thing, is that he is not with us and we need to bring him back to us. So I can't say where he could be, where he might be, like, because honestly, we don't know. At this point, we don't.
You know what the weird thing too is, like, okay, so from the news articles, they're saying that she checked into that hotel with the friend with the container where Samuel was at 3 a.m. I forgot what day exactly was that. At 3 a.m. Was it the day it was reported? I can't even remember. Just have the article. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. It was 3 a.m. Oh, the same day the body was found. Okay, the same day the body was found. But they said that the body had been, it seems like the body was deceased for a while, right? And so I wonder too, what was the process, right? Like, what other places was this container? Where was Samuel kept this entire time? If he was dead for a while, he must have been moved multiple times, I'm assuming. She was doing this by herself the entire time, at the same time while helping with the search and handing out flyers. It's kind of weird. Where else was this container? Where was he kept? Moved around? Whose house? Was he kept in that vehicle that was taken away the entire time? I don't know. It's kind of weird though.
No, all we can do is keep searching and doing, everything we've been doing. And we're going to continue to do it.
You think he's definitely alive?
Oh, yeah. We just keep picturing him sitting, watching cartoons, waiting for us. Just sitting there waiting for us. And we're going to get him. We're going to find him.
Tell me about your relationship. Did he call you mom? Or at least...
Super mommy. That was his choice. It wasn't forced. We didn't force him, because I don't want to force that. But he used to call me Super Mommy or Theresa. It was still uncomfortable for him. Because he's little. He's a kid, and he knows who his mom is. But he also knows that how much I care about him and everything that I've been doing for him and have done for him. So we're gonna find him. I know we're gonna find him.
All right, so that's that. Let's look at I haven't watched this yet, the press conference. I'm trying to see what happened with the super chat. Didn't show up on the stream. Let's see. Try again. There we go. All right, thank you, Chris Thorns. Appreciate that, man. Keep up the good work, brother. Hashtag salute. Thank you, bro. Yeah, let's take a look at this, and then I'm gonna get into the daycare, the person that alleges she was a teacher, and she kind of went off. She even deleted her post, I heard, because she was getting a lot of flack. And so in those screenshots, I redacted her name because I'm like, I don't want more people going, you know, for or whatever. But it's in the Facebook groups and stuff. And this was posted. What's the date on this?
So how do we start or what?
Oh, 19 hours ago. And this is where the attorney, he's speaking on behalf of the biological mother, and he states that she feels he should be charged as well, the biological father.
Ready? Okay, so we're gonna start with your name and title, Marco, and then what time you talk to your client, and then you're just gonna start.
Shut up here.
Reading her words.
Okay, we're ready? Okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming on out. My name is Marco Gonzalez. We represent our client Sarah Olson in family law proceedings, here in Harris County. And so I got a chance to speak with my client Sarah maybe a couple of hours ago at around 5 o'clock this afternoon, and so these I jotted down some things that she wanted me to say on her behalf. So first of all, she really wants to make sure that her utmost priority is to make sure that justice is done for her baby Samuel. Okay, and she also doesn't want people to forget, his name. Obviously, there's a tragedy that's happened, and she's hurting very deeply, right now.
Somebody said, Chelsea said he would not be in daycare. He was 5. That's kindergarten. Maybe a small. Okay, good point. True. So maybe it was elementary. She claims to have been his teacher, but thank you for pointing that out. It's true.
And right now, she just wants to see her baby. She has not, seen the baby as of yet, so there hasn't been any identification, done by, my client Sarah, on Samuel as of yet. She's with her family, and she's waiting for any detectives, to give her a call so she can do the identification process. So right now, she doesn't want to speak with anybody in the media until she sees, this child first, because obviously there's still a glimmer of hope that because it hasn't been 100% identified, that there's a glimmer.
This might be before she went out. I thought she already went. I'm pretty sure she already went out, because I saw an article where she stated herself that she believes that's Samuel. So maybe this was pre her saying that.
Small, albeit small, trying to be realistic, as well, but that it might not be, Samuel. So since she hasn't had a chance to identify the child yet, so she doesn't, she's still coping and trying to get all this information and process it, her way right now until, she feels that she can gather the strength in order to speak with y'all. Now, also, she feels she's glad, that the girlfriend Theresa is in custody, because she feels that, obviously she played a part in it, especially with, the set of facts that were coming out, or the stories, that were made up a few days ago as to this made up officer. And we all know that is what's going on, that Theresa is in custody. But she also strongly believes that Dalton, the child's father, should also be in custody, because she feels that 100% that they both, had something to do, with this. So she's hoping, and praying that he also will be taken into custody, so that justice can be done for Samuel. And she, to reiterate what I just said, that she feels that if Samuel is deceased, this is her child after the identification process, that she feels 100% of the blame is on both, Dalton and Theresa in this situation.
Well, that's what I was saying too in the previous stream. Like, if he was really keeping Samuel from the biological mother, and she had primary custody, and they claimed that they were trying to get custody back, and there was all these issues in court, and the whole virus situation, Uh, he's partly responsible, at least neglectful at the very least, you know. Fix this a little bit.
And she just wants to see her baby, and she knows people want to hear from her, but then obviously, you know, she is not ready now, and she might need another day or two or so, and before she can be able to speak to people. And she just wants everybody to know that, you know, she's completely heartbroken, and you know, she, even though the identification process hasn't been done, that she feels that that a boy that was found in Jasper is her son, you know, Samuel, but it's not, you know, 100% because she hasn't put her eyes on the body yet. You know, she hasn't gotten a call from the detectives in order to make that happen. And she just wants everybody to please keep her son Samuel in their prayers. So those are the those are her words that she wanted me to relay. So and at that time, you know, and I guess, you know, that's it for right now. And like I said, what she said was, as soon as she's able to be with her child and be able to do the identification process, then hopefully she'll be able to, you know, have the strength, have the courage in order to come out and talk with y'all herself.
It's a little bit kind of mumbly, kind of.
Did she say why she thought Dalton was involved?
I'm sorry.
Did she go into any detail why she suspected that Dalton could be involved too?
I mean, from the fact that the child last time was seen on April the 30th, an entire month, you know, and then this concocted story about this fake officer just 1 week ago. I mean, it just doesn't add up. And if he's this Samuel's been in Dalton's, you know, possession, you know, since April 30th, then, and for him not to say anything or do anything, then obviously it seems like it was both of them orchestrating something.
Is she heading to Jasper or something?
No, she's not, because she's waiting for the phone call from detectives in order to do the identification process. So she said that nobody has asked her to go to Jasper, or so that right now there's just really, I guess, no need for her to go to Jasper right now until, you know, she's asked the detectives, you know, ask her, you know, to go. So she's taking calls from the detectives. She's not really taking calls from anybody else. You know, she's taking, you know, calls from us, but that's it. She's trying to work with the investigators and the detectives, and, you know, she's taking our calls, you know, because she wants, you know, her voice to go through us right now.
To your knowledge, Dalton is not in custody, correct?
To my knowledge, no. But, you know, that's something that she feels should happen.
Can you kind of explain what she was talking about, what she was referring to? Tonya, the grandmother, Dalton's mother, she doesn't think that she was involved?
What she said is, like, she feels that this is on Dalton and Theresa, that so she doesn't want to, her feelings are that the paternal grandmother, right now, she doesn't feel that she's involved. But, you know, I mean, when the facts come out, you know, through the investigation and everything, you know, maybe that changes, but in her heart of hearts, she feels that, you know, it's on just those two.
You know, Dalton's family has come out, you know, very publicly about the fact that they had no idea about this. Did she react to those statements at all? Did she have any contact with Dalton or his family?
No, but I mean, she obviously, you know, reacted to the thought of, you know, the story about that she went with some unknown person dressed up as a police officer in order to obtain custody from Theresa. I mean, she couldn't believe that story. You know, she just, I mean, it was outrageous. I mean, it should be outrageous to, you know, everybody. I mean, like when I first saw it, you know, on the news when Theresa said that, I mean, just looking at it, you could tell she was lying. And even, I mean, when I first saw it, you know, with some of my colleagues, you know, here yesterday morning, I was like, okay, he's lying. You can tell he's lying, because this is our profession. You know, I mean, we deal with all kinds of cases in different areas of law here, and as lawyers, we got to try to, you know, depict if somebody's telling the truth or lying, and and that's how our next line of questioning is going to go. And if we can, feel that we're going to pin somebody down, on the witness stand, in front of a court proceeding. So I mean, just looking at the way his demeanor and his tone, and looking off, to the left from me, I was like, this guy's lying. And as soon as she started speaking, that showing no emotions, when she was saying, I was like, she's lying too. I mean, they're up to something, and what's crazy is that was yesterday morning, and then at the night, all of a sudden, the child is found in Jasper, and her mugshot has been placed everywhere. So man, it's a rough situation. And even when I spoke with a client, Miss Olson, I mean, it was tough to even get these words out, from her. So obviously she needs more time, like any of us would need more time if we were faced and put in her shoes.
Did you say it was April the 30th, the last time that Sarah saw Samuel?
No, it was April 30th was the last time, in the school.
When was the last time Sarah saw him?
The last time Sarah, like I think I said this morning or said yesterday, it was like summertime last year. And it's just, been a nightmare, for her this past year.
What has it been like for you all trying to nail down the facts?
I mean, probably as hard as the police investigators, the times that they have with every investigation they're going through to try to nail down the facts. Because when people are slick and sly and trying to get away with things, they're going to come up and, you're going to come up with, all kinds of stories and all kinds of, things to try to throw investigators or throw the media or throw any reasonable person off of their scent. And so it must be it's tough for investigators, it's tough for lawyers to get to the bottom of things, because when people come to us, we had nothing to do with what happened in their lives before they walked in, and then now obviously there's also two sides to every story. We get our clients.
I'm reading the comments. By the way, for the new people joining, we're watching this press conference. This was from yesterday, but after this we're gonna read, there was supposedly, we're gonna get into this after, a teacher, somebody that said that Samuel was her student, and she talks about mother and father and the other grandmother, I believe, and it's kind of interesting. So we watched this, and then I'll read you some of the posts that this person made, which she deleted now because I think she was getting a lot of heat. And the other thing is, I wanted to see this article by the Houston Chronicle, but it's blocked by a paywall. I can't see it unless I sign up for a subscription. I don't want to do that just to read one article, but the headline is, let's say, I can't even read this stuff. They block it. Dalton's denying any involvement in the death of his son.
Side, on things, and then we got to go find out more facts as well too, because even people have different interpretations of different things that they go through or different things they hear or see. So I mean, it's tough getting the facts on anything in any line of business. Is tough. So I mean, obviously finding out the facts as us, as lawyers, is tough as well too.
On Monday, the police kept calling it a complicated case. I take it you would agree with that it's a complicated case.
Yeah, when lies, are being thrown out there, when unbelievable stories are being, thrown out there, yeah, it complicates, everything. I mean, it's not like an easy, CSI, type of television investigation where, you can find DNA here, or you can find some fingerprints, there, and be able to, solve things. I mean, we live in the real world, and it's not a TV show. And this type of case, dealing with these type of emotions and dealing with, the court system, dealing with, people trying to avoid different things and lies, this, throughout, that we feel for the last, year, on that other side is, complicates, everything.
Do you know if Sarah had any negative interaction with Theresa Balboa in the past, or, had any really negative feelings about this?
No, I didn't go over that with her. I don't think that they had much communication at all.
Do you know how Sarah found out, or where she was and who she was with by any chance?
When she found out.
Last night, when she found out.
Linda says Texas family and CPS court have been done through Zoom, and you can watch them all day long on YouTube. A year is a pretty long time. You know, I mean, actually, it's more than a year. I'm like a year and a half. If we're going based off of January 2020, it's like a year and a half.
About the Jasper development.
She was with her family. Yeah, and I mean,
well, you look at that.
You know, can imagine
we got a new member.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Welcome to the dark side.
Appreciate the hybrid Sid. We have a members area with videos, and then there's also Discord. We have video night every Friday, and it's just a chat area that's kind of cool. So thank you for that. And oh, I see you sent a super chat. Let me give it a second to see if it comes through. There we go. Thank you. Hybrid said thanks for the time and energy you put in. Thank you. Appreciate that. Gracias.
The relationship between your client and the father, if they hadn't been together, I guess in a year, Sam was gone from his mom for a year. I mean, was there like bad blood between them?
I mean, they were married in like 2015, and but they ceased to live together in 2017. You know, so they've been, you know, they didn't go through the divorce proceedings till 2019, but they were living separately since 2017. So, you know, I guess, you know, when people are together and they start, you know, going separate paths, then they start meeting other people, but then obviously, you know, the paperwork, you know, eventually ends up getting filed, you know, so the divorce proceedings can get finalized.
Did they share custody?
I think it was joint managing conservatorship, but she was primary.
Primary.
Anything else?
No, thank you so much.
Thank you.
No, we're gonna do it in Spanish.
Okay. Heather, I see you. I fixed you up, so you should be good to go. Yeah, just thank you really quickly too for the people that have subscribed. Beth and liked the stream. Ruby, Ashley, AJ subscribed. Tari liked. Lemon, Crystal super chat. Everybody, thank you. So I think for this we can skip.
Abogados González. Aún no he
I think she's actually the better speaker for the law firm. I think she should be the one do the English and Spanish. She's just kind of more
look at that.
Slower speaking. Maggie, thank you.
Remember.
Appreciate that.
Welcome to the dark side.
So let's get into this. And thank you so much, Maggie. Be sure to check out the videos or Discord. Let's talk about this person. Went on a rant, somewhat of a rant. Make sure you guys can see it. Okay. Thank you, Teddy. Teddy donated, said, great work as always, Mel. Thank you so much, Teddy Love. Appreciate you. So this person, this is the person that says alleges she's a teacher. And thank you to find it. Oh my god. I'm a mess here. I'm a mess. I'm not a good multitasker. But I believe her name was Erica, right? Erica. Yeah, Erica. Thank you to Erica for sending me this, and Evelyn and a couple other people. It says, let me tell you Samuel Olson. Let me tell you about Samuel Olson. He was my student, and there's so many things running through my mind. But there were times when the grandma, Miss Tiffany, was a mom to him more than her own daughter. And there were times she had instructed me to not let mom and dad pick up. Now, Miss Tiffany, and if somebody's in the chat watching this, I believe Miss Tiffany is the mother of the biological mother, like on that side of the family. That's my interpretation. I think you guys could tell me. Or is, because I was thinking it's either the biological mother's mother or no, I can hear Theresa. I think it's the biological mother's mother. You guys tell me in the comments though. And it says under this too, it says listen and respect her because we've reported them before because they were on drugs. Before I told her about custody when she was fighting, I told her I'll testify on her behalf because of how he would come in to school. He was always taken care of when his grandma Tiffany had him. Miss Tiffany is the bio mother of the maternal. Okay, Miss Tiffany is the bio mother, maternal grandmother. Thank you, Anna, for clearing that up. Shout out to you. I was talking to somebody this morning, and they told me that's what they believe, and that's what I interpreted it as too. But I wanted to be sure and kind of hear a little bit more confirmation. So, biological mother Sarah, this is her mother talking. But when she says mom and dad, she's talking about her own daughter in this. This is what this person's claiming, I guess. Let me get to the next post. And somebody said too, why wasn't there an Amber Alert put out right away? That's a good. I don't know. Tonali said, why wasn't there an Amber Alert put out right away when the father took Olson? That's what I was thinking too. To me, I was thinking a daycare teacher. I'm not sure, or a caretaker of some sort. And it says here also, yeah, let's do that. Okay. This grandma, they have on the news. So they're talking about Tonya, the Dalton's mother. This grandma they have on the news with these theatrical performances. Not once came to pick up or drop off. I've never seen them close, and I'm not taking her grief away, but she knew her son had a drug issue. She is suspect to me, saying she only had pictures of him since April. That's not actually what she said, though. She sent, from when I saw, she said May 2nd, I believe, when she last physically saw him. School didn't have him reported there since April 30th. Mother effer, it's effing June 2nd, and they reported him missing last effing Thursday. Are you effing serious? I want everyone's head on an effing platter. Sam was a victim of the system that's been broken, and it's like, for what? Sam could have been with his grandma, but Isht delayed Isht being with the mother. The system killed this kid too, and y'all want to preach about I don't even want to say that word because I know that's a straight. They flagged the video. And just say you're pro fetus because all y'all don't give a F about kids while they're breathing. I say this to stop crying. It's kind of hard to read. About their kids while they're breathing. I say this to stop crying. I don't know. It seems like she's going on a rant. You know? I don't know if this was actually a teacher or not. I saw this kind of making waves in the groups. I think it's possible. I just think that she was ranting and she wasn't expecting to get the reaction that she got. Here's some more screenshots. Real deal, I think so. Dalton mother spoke to him on the phone between 9th and 12th of May. Right, they spoke on the phone after. She last physically saw him May 2nd, according to her. And then I think they spoke on the phone supposedly after. Thank you for the super chat. Let me look at the other screen to read it. It'll be easier for me to read over here. Do a little refresh. Okay. Q Carlock, thank you for the super chat, says the mother Sarah has a checkered past. Oh, as well. I feel that she moved onto what she thought was a better man / better life and didn't look back for Sam. Interesting. I'm sure there's things there too. Linda said my mom hasn't had Samuel since approximately 4.5. Hey, Light, we see you. Light Vistons. So let me read this next one here. Oh, where am I at? Okay. That's 2. Let's get on to. Okay. There we go. I left working with kids because of my passion. and was never paid for it. I did it because I love the children. I have treated every child as if I want. What? Let me start again. I left working with kids. Maybe she meant to say I love working with kids. Because why would you leave if it's a passion for you? I'm assuming she said I love working with kids because of my passion and was never paid for it. I did it because I love the children. I have treated every child as if I would want my child to be treated by a teacher. I've never in my life imagined my student would be that kid on an Amber Alert. But I don't think there was ever an Amber Alert issued. Right? To my knowledge, there wasn't an Amber Alert issued with this. Okay. You guys in the chat, tell me. All the articles I've seen, I never heard anything about an Amber Alert being issued. It says here also on EquiSearch, these murderers real life lied and orchestrated this innocent child's death and left him in a racist town 100 miles away from home, dead in a hotel, let alone a effing gym bag, which in the article we read earlier, there wasn't an Amber Alert, right? So I'm not sure. She got the date wrong with Tonya, and then the Amber Alert. And now they said tote originally, but now they're saying it was like a plastic container. So like, I mean, that could be a tote, I guess. Like, probably the same thing. But I don't know about gym bag. I don't know. My heart has been broken. I guess my heart has been broken since news broke about this, and I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine. I say this: y'all need to be effing careful who you call friend or family. Y'all need to always report unusual activity. Believe your effing kids when they don't feel comfortable with someone. This doesn't just apply for your life. This also deals with your children. I guess she went on some rant, is what it looks like to me. There's still some more. Let me just clear out the screens here. But most importantly, be careful who you bring around your kids dating wise. That one F isn't worth your kid being murdered over it. I believe the dad knew about it. This is according to her. Not me. I'm not saying none of this. Knew about it. The mom I wanted locked up just because as a mother, how do you not know your kid's whereabouts for months? Make it make sense. I'm going to go love my nieces and nephews whom I check on daily. Another thing I didn't understand about this case, how could you do this to your effing child? I'm done talking about it. I'm not going to answer any questions. Thank you for the prayers. But send these prayers to Miss Tiffany, his grandma, who hasn't even made a new segment. That's who needs prayers, and pray for those kids who are in this climate too. Staying silent makes you guilty too. What? And I probably shouldn't have even read this. The only reason I'm reading this is because this person was stating that she was Samuel's teacher and that she had interactions with the grandmother, Miss Tiffany. I guess she was ranting and she didn't think that people were going to start picking up on this. This is the last screenshot that I have. If I can make it. Let me just have the chat for a second. It says, could y'all imagine your boyfriend or your girlfriend being so jealous of your kid that they kill them? Could you imagine laying up in my bed telling me you love me while my kid is missing and you're the damn one who killed the kid? I don't know. But I saw that going around in the Facebook groups, or one of them, and she claims to be the teacher. I think she has deleted her post since. She posted it on Twitter, and I went to go check it out. There were so many. She's one of those people that posts like every hour, sort of like siphon through. It's just like ridiculous. But I didn't find it, and the person that I spoke to, they said that they believe that she deleted it because of all the heat that she was getting. This too. I don't think there's really anything here. They're just saying the court records could be upgraded. As we mentioned earlier, Samuel was kept in a it says here large plastic container. The other one said bin. But also inside of the container, it says officers found the container and inside found what appeared to be Samuel's body wrapped in black plastic bags and secured with duct tape. And this was kind of like a brief little timeline. I'm not going to read all the details because we've covered this so many times. But basically, April 30th was the confirmed last time that Samuel was seen at school. It says here Samuel's paternal grandmother Tonya later told KHOU that she last saw the boy the first week in May and last spoke with him on the phone about a week before he was reported missing. So a week before he was reported missing. May 27th, that's the whole situation where they get a call around 6 p.m. That Samuel was missing. Officers responded to the house and interviewed Dalton, Samuel's father, and Theresa, the girlfriend. Balboa, 29, told them that Samuel's mother and a man dressed as a police officer picked... Let me see, hold on. Balboa told them Samuel's mother and a man dressed as a police officer had picked them up. Balboa said that the officer told her she would be charged with kidnapping. Okay. May 28th, multiple family members were questioned. There were several inconsistencies the entire time. With Balboa's story. May 29th. So on and so forth. I mean, basically all the stuff we've covered. I don't know if you guys want to watch one more time the grandmother's Tonya's plea, or we just call it a stream. The only thing that I thought was kind of interesting in that plea was the whole thing where it seems like they were asking her about something of Samuel being sick or something like that. I've seen that come up multiple times in the in the Facebook groups and in the comments. Up to you guys if you want to watch that. You let me know. I'm checking really quick too if there's anything else that came up while we were streaming. That's a Daily Beast. I think that's it. Let me see what the chat is saying. Hey, what's up, Michelle? Welcome. We could watch the grandma video one more time. There's that one part that people were talking. I know multiple people were saying that was kind of weird. You know, was there something going on about Samuel being sick or having some sort of something? You know, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. It was a kind of very emotional thing. There we go. I got it. So I was like, I don't know. Do we really want to watch it? Can. Or at least we can skip to the reporters. Let's see here.
He's got a really...
Damn. Data, that's what you heard? Data said supposedly, I read someone said she was arrested with no clothes on. Damn.
And he jokes about my name. Because I'm his egg.
Full screen.
We just need information on anybody that knows anything to please contact HPD or EquiSearch, Tim. They're all working very hard. This case is very confusing, like HPD said last night. There's conflicting stories. They're sorting out those issues at the moment. The last person Sam was seen with was with Theresa Balboa. Last night, I know you guys are all aware of this because we just found out last night and we are devastated. We can't find her now. So this is turned. The most important thing is anybody who knows where she's at to please contact HPD. Theresa, if you're watching this, you need to contact HPD. If you're telling the truth, you have God on your side. My son and all of us know nothing. We are shocked. We are devastated for everybody involved. And to clear up that rumor that nobody's seen Sam since April 30th is a lie. I just provided you guys with pictures with dates. He was with us. Dalton is not a bad father. He would never harm that baby. He loves him to death. He would die for him. And if you're a parent, you understand what he's going through right now. And the possibility of trusting someone you thought you knew could do this. We have to have answers.
I thought she was sincere from this. I mean, I don't know what she knew or didn't or whatever, but it seemed...
Now, whether the other families involved, I don't know. But whoever it is, this is Sam. He just turned 6. We didn't even get spend his birthday with him.
I mean, what do you guys think? I kind of feel like maybe he would have to know something, or maybe he felt something or something, the biological father. I don't know.
And I would like anybody out there to donate to EquiSearch because they have been truly amazing through all this. Tim and everyone, all the searchers, they need supplies, y'all. They need Gatorade, they need water, they need off, they need towels. Anything that you guys can provide out there when you know that we're going to do another search for Sam. Please just drop something off for those people that are taking their time and have to do this kind of thing.
So when's the last time you saw him?
May 2nd is the last time I
May 2nd.
had my hands on Sam.
Physically.
His dad says he was getting sick.
The audio is a little hard to hear. I'm going to turn up my headphones a little bit, but a little loud as it goes.
Yes. And we're not going to go into that. We're going to let the detectives sort all that he said, she said, crapola out.
Tonya, were you able to talk with Theresa? Because I know she's been MIA. Did she ever?
She has been with us since day one. And she has been helping search. She has, from Friday, she's been in with investigators several times. She's given up.
How do I get the? I don't know why it's not full screening. There we go. Okay.
Her phone, my son, we've all given up. We've all been interviewed. So now we don't understand what's going on. We just need to get to the bottom of this for Sam. We need to know where he is, that he's safe and he's coming home.
Has your son talked to Theresa? When's the last time he spoke to her?
Yesterday at 4:15.
And then she's been missing since then?
Yes.
And what does he have to say about that?
He is devastated.
We have no idea where she went? Did she
No.
say anything before she left?
Nope. She was on the other side of the road handing out flyers. Dalton went down the other side, and that was it.
When's the last time
People say they don't believe the grandmother.
You'd have to ask. She was on the other side of the road handing out flyers. Dalton went down the other side, and that was it.
When's the last time your son saw Sam?
You'd have to ask Dalton. Everything's just a blur right now. But Dalton has seen and talked
You guys want to watch a little full screen? Is that what you want to see, it like a full screen of it?
to Sam. So that's another thing. They're trying to pinpoint dates down. So again, any information, anybody that may have saw something and not realized it, just notify HPD.
Tonya, what do you think happened? Is there a story that makes sense to you?
None of this makes any sense.
All right.
None of it.
Screen.
brought the story of the fake cop, correct? Was she alone with Sam when that happened?
Again, I want you to talk to detectives about this because the statements have already been made. I don't want to say something that would mess up their investigation. It's very important because they are doing everything they can to figure this mess out. So please, if you're going to report something, make sure it's correct. Make sure. I've been quoted saying that I had custody. I never said that. So again, this stuff is very important because people are watching what you guys are doing, and they're muddying the waters for detectives, which means they're going on false leads, wasting time and energy and resources on stuff that doesn't even pertain to this. So that is my main thing today, and every day is going to be we get the right news out there at the right time so detectives don't have to spend 10 minutes on something when they can be 10 minutes on Sam.
And how often does Sam stay with his mom?
Sam hasn't been with his mom since January of last year.
Of 2020?
Yes.
And why is that?
Tonya is Dalton's mother on that side of the family.
Again, I'm not discussing any of the details of that.
We can't indulge anything on that right
Was this a custody issue at all in May?
I cannot discuss any of that. Again, like I said, it really doesn't even matter what happened before. We have to find Sam now. And that is our biggest thing. That is our goal.
As a grandmother, could you speak to somebody out there? Obviously, somebody's seen something, they know something, maybe they're keeping information to themselves. Can you speak to that one person out there that really could help crack this case for investigators and bring it?
As a mom, and as a grandma, if you know anything or you think your child is capable of this, you need to sit them down and pray with them and make them do the right thing. I know it's hard to have to think that you love somebody and somebody could do something. But we need to know, and you need to face whatever consequences for your actions.
Do you think Sam's in danger, reading between the lines there?
I think this is now bumped up.
Why do you think that Theresa is now missing?
I don't know, and I'm not going to speculate. I'm just going to let the detectives do what they have to do, and that's what Dalton and all of us are doing.
Your son says Theresa loves Sam.
Yes, she does. She's been very good to Sam. Does flashcards with him, takes him to the beach, plays with him.
Yeah, I don't believe she's involved directly either or not. You know, I don't know if she knew something, you know, Dalton, you know, I have no idea, but I don't believe she's directly involved like that. But it is weird and mysterious when you think about, like we were talking about earlier, that according to the news article, the day Samuel was found, is they checked into that motel at 3 a.m. The guy took her and the container from Walmart to Jasper. And so police stated that they believe Samuel was dead for some time, which I don't know what some time means. I'm assuming at least a couple of days, but does that mean weeks or whatever? If we're going to go according to what, I think supposedly Tonya spoke to Samuel, they said like a week before or something like that, before the disappearance. She physically saw him May 2nd last time. So I'm just wondering too, where was Samuel kept throughout this time where Theresa is handing out flyers and going out helping with the search and making these videos and talking to the news and press and claiming she's super mommy. Where was he at that time? Couldn't have been at the house, right? That would be the apartment or whatever, right? Like, it just feels like there has to be maybe other people with knowledge. 2 weeks, May 10th. Okay, 2 weeks, May 10th. Maybe that's possible from then. In a storage unit, that's possible too.
What do you want to say to her or anyone else?
Oh, T had a storage room?
Bring Sam home.
Hmm.
Just bring Sam home. This can't go on anymore. We need to know where he is. Where he is, and that he's safe, and that he's good. And that way he can have a birthday party.
And he spent a lot of his month of May with her, right?
I'm not getting into any more of that. Like I said, I've given you everything I can give you. Again, talk to detectives.
I do want to nail down that what happened when that person took him. 'Cause
Again,
she saw
I am not going to get into this because we don't know what the detectives are working on.
Hmm?
Again,
what happened when that person took him. 'Cause
again,
took him.
Oh.
again, I am not going to get into this.
Somebody commented too. So were these grandparents keeping the boy away from his mom for their son? So that's kind of the interesting thing, is what we were previously talking about, that through the attorney, I think it was through the attorney, the biological mother said that the transaction or transition between mother and father, because she had primary custody, was through, I believe it was Tonya they were talking about. And then one day in January, they just stopped letting her see Samuel. Supposedly, according to her, they disappeared. I'm not sure what's true or not. I'm not sure what's true or not, because then we have this daycare person talking about the biological mother, her mother, the grandmother on the other side, saying that she was the one picking up the kids and that the parents were on drugs, allegedly. I don't know to give that tweet too much credit because some of the details they stated were off. So that makes me wonder a little bit too, you know?
Because we don't know what the detectives are working on. We don't want to give any information out that somebody may run, somebody may leave town, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, we don't want to even speculate on anything. Just let the detectives do what they have to do.
What do you know for sure? That where Sam was, who he was with, what do you know for sure?
I think the detectives need to give you that stuff. Because again, I don't want to put any false.
Mm-hmm.
Where Sam was, who he was with, what do you know for sure?
I think the detectives need to give you that stuff. Because again, I don't want to put any false information out there that...
It's a better question to ask them.
Did you have something planned for his birthday on Saturday?
Yes, we did.
What were you going to do?
We were going to have a party here at the house for him.
But if it was going to rain, we were going to go to pizza. And
Tonya, what do you want to say to Sam?
Egg loves you, baby. Uncle Wai-Wai loves you. Papa loves you. Daddy loves you. I know your mommy loves you. I know that your Mimi loves you. I know all your aunts and uncles and cousins and everybody loves you and misses you. And we're gonna see you soon, honey. I promise. I promise, Sam. I promise. I'll never give up.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Kristen, that's a good question. How she got to Walmart? That I don't think that was said. How she got there? We don't know how long the body's been dead. Police stated a while, but there was no specific details on that. So, I don't know if a while means a couple days or a couple weeks. And they're probably gonna have to maybe the autopsy will be able to tell that, but they weren't specific. What I'll do for you guys too, if there's people that are just joining the story for the first time, there's a pretty good article by KHOU where they go down. We already briefly talked about it, so I'm not going to go into the thing again, but I'll link it for whoever's interested. They have all the details, most of the details, when he was verifiably last seen, who called, reported it, what date. All the different dates are on this website. That'll help you out. So let me link that real quick into the chat. Karen. And thank you guys for coming through. Put it through. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else really for today to speak on this. Let me see. One more quick check and then we're out of here. Gotta go pick up my daughter. One more quick check to see. Nothing. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. I'm curious about the Walmart guy. I guess he unknowingly took this container in the body all the way to. We were looking at the map too. Sure, real quick before we get out of here. Map should be here. Where's the map? Oh, here's the map. Real quick. We're looking at this earlier. This is the map. I can't zoom in, but this was the apartment complex. Cops searched the apartment complex belonging to Theresa Balboa's friend. April 30th, last confirmed sighting of Samuel. This is a pretty good map. Holbrook Elementary School. This is the Walmart. Theresa Balboa was picked up by a friend while carrying a bin. And that's a really good question you guys have been asking in the chat. If she was picked up by a friend while carrying a black bin. Yeah, how did you get there? Did somebody drop you off? What was your means of transportation? Curious about that. Because then in the article, child's body found in tote bag on June 1st, which they say was a container and then the bags were inside. But they checked in here at 3 in the morning and then the body was found later. Supposedly the guy called in the tip and reported it because of the stench, the smell. So this is kind of a little good map too. They said she called a friend for a joyride. Oh, okay. I don't know. And from get the white background here. And from May 27th to June 1st, those days, I wonder where Samuel was at. No way I would think you could keep Samuel at the apartment. You have to. Well, somebody said she had a storage unit too, so I don't know. Yeah, and seriously, thanks to that person that tipped in, because if it wasn't for that, I don't know things would be where it is today. Wasn't Theresa gone at the time? Didn't she run before the grandparents talked? Yeah, she disappeared the day before, I think, the press conference. Nobody knew where she was at, and then she gets found. Somebody sent me a different video of the grandmother. Hold on, let's see. Maybe we could look at that real quick too. Is there something? I'll play it real quick. I don't know. I think this is. Let's see. Samuel Olson. Another link with more details. Let's check this out. It's a really short clip. We'll play this before we get out of here.
Member. Family has no idea where he is. Sam went missing on Thursday when he was being looked after by a family member. His grandmother, Tonya Olson, has full custody of Sam, but she says Sam's mother showed up with someone else claiming to be a police officer and took him, though both parents say that he is not with either one of them.
We're not even sure who took him, how happened. We just know that the mother showed up with a police officer, and then we just found out the police officer wasn't real.
Oh, so tough. Sam was last seen on McAvoy Drive.
Let me read. I got to read you guys this before we get out. This article, which kind of gives a little bit more detail. Finish this and then we'll
Drive in Southwest Houston. He's missing 2 bottom teeth and was wearing a gray t-shirt with the Kool-Aid man on it, jean shorts and Buzz Lightyear sneakers. Sam also has both of his ears pierced. If you have any information on where he is, call HPD or Texas EquiSearch. Hopefully they find him safe soon.
Okay, let me read this article to you guys. This is interesting. BL sent this morning. Let me get a better screen for you guys. Okay. Okay. According to court records obtained by ABC 13. Hold on, when was this? June 3rd. Okay, today. According to court records obtained by ABC 13, on Wednesday, Balboa made up a story about having to give Sam over to his biological mom before she left town. I was going to take Sam to school when his mother showed up with a police officer, or who I was under the impression to be a police officer, and they demanded me to release Sam, explained Balboa on Monday. At the time, Balboa said that she handed the young boy to the mom because the parents are in a custody battle. However, HPD Assistant Chief Criminal Investigations Heather Morris said that during the investigation, they were provided evidence that Samuel's mom was at her own home on the morning of May 27th, meaning the story was a lie. In fact, Samuel may have gone missing weeks ago. On Monday, Balboa said she last saw Sam last Thursday morning at the address in Southwest Houston at his paternal grandmother's house. Balboa was then seen at the search for the child in the Webster area. New details obtained by Eyewitness News from court records state that after she participated in the search, she took off and drove to Cleveland, Texas to meet a friend. That's the whole map thing and all that stuff that we were showing. The two then drove back to Webster to a storage unit. That's what you guys were talking about. Somebody in the chat said that. Okay. Salute to you guys. Thank you. The two then drove back to Webster to a storage unit where they picked up a black and yellow plastic container that had a foul odor, according to the documents. The male friend then drove Balboa to a Best Western motel about 2 hours northeast of Houston, unloaded the truck, and left her there. Records state the next day he called police to report Balboa's location. The tip led police to the discovery of the body Tuesday night. When officers arrived, they found the container, which crime scene investigators took photos of later. Inside, an officer found what appeared to be a child's body wrapped in plastic bags and secured with duct tape. Let's see. What is this?
This is where she remains this evening, right here in jail. In fact, she was arrested just a mile and a half down the road. Now, what is so eerie is less than 48 hours ago, she was out searching for him. And now listening to what she told our news crews 2 days ago, comparing that to today, it's eerie to hear.
Words can't even describe how distraught, overwhelmed, scared.
That was Theresa Balboa just 2 days ago. She was at a search for 5-year-old Samuel Olson, who was reported missing days earlier. Less than 48 hours after that search, a body believed to be Samuel's was found in Balboa's motel room, more than 100 miles away in Jasper. A witness described seeing the arrest as police arrived.
A couple of them had their guns out, and they finally opened the door, went in real quick, and they pulled a female out with brown hair, put her against the wall, and immediately handcuffed her and put her in an SUV.
A Crime Stoppers tip led investigators here. It's unclear why Balboa went to Jasper. It was on Monday when EquuSearch was in an area near her apartment complex. Looking back to comments that she made that day to our reporter Pooja Lodia, it's eerie.
You think he's definitely alive? Oh, yeah. We just keep picturing him sitting, watching cartoons, waiting for us.
Then, when asked where she thought he was,
where do you think he could be? Somewhere with... not with us.
Not with us.
And that's the important thing, is that he is not with us and we need to bring him back to us.
That's such a weird wording and all that stuff. Huh?
She went on to say that Samuel called her super mommy, even though she wasn't his biological mother.
Or at least super mommy. That was his choice. We wasn't forced. We didn't force him.
Balboa has a criminal history. Court records say that in late November, she assaulted Dalton Olson, Samuel's father. Records say she impeded his breath by applying pressure to his throat and neck. She was out on bond. Now, 6 months later, she's charged with another crime. Marla Carter, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, BL, for that article. I didn't see that. Pretty crazy, wild stuff. All right, man. Well, thank you guys for joining me this afternoon. I appreciate it, man. Be safe. I'll be following the story, and soon I'm going to be getting into some other stories as well. It's just really crazy. I'm really curious just to know who else may come from this, like who else may be charged or arrested, or I don't know, had involvement, or did she just do this on her own? What a mess, right? So it all comes to this crazy relationships and all these violent stuff and history, and yeah, thank you guys. Stay safe. Please hit like on the way out if you wouldn't mind, and share. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Peace. Have a great day. For a second here.